Lightning Lane at Walt Disney World has hit an all-time high pricing. Mickey and Minnie have debuted some new looks. We've got a great Disney Cruise Line discount headed your way. Hey, guess what? You can get married at the Haunted Mansion Parlor. That and a lot more in this week's episode of the Diz Unlimited podcast. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the show. Joining me for today's Disney news and discussion, we have the jack-o'-lantern. Oh, wait a second.
I am not a jack-o'-lantern. My name is Louis.
Oh, Louis.
Yeah, I made that joke last week, too. And then we have the creepy clam, Chloe Ferreira.
Trick or treat, everyone.
She said, which please?
Which please?
Also, gang, the reason why we didn't get started on time, for those of you watching on YouTube, I'm sure you can notice it too. I don't know what is wrong with Chloe's camera. When I look at the viewfinder, she looks like she's in focus, but then I watch it back on the camera, and she looks like she's put the Vaseline on the lens for her.
I mean, it's all right. I have a soft, glowing filter over me now, so I'm not complaining.
It does feel like your vibe. Like you're very
ethereal.
Like a 1950s sort of like, okay, so if I were to make the movie of Chloe, it would be black and white, I think. At least start black and white. Or, you know what, maybe we like dip into color. I don't know. But it definitely has the Vaseline on the lens. It is like a 1950s sort of, a romantic sort of something or other that then will have some sort of spooky supernatural twist to it. I think that's where I'm headed with you.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
So I'm a 17th century ghost, is what you're saying.
With a 20th century sensibility.
Yes.
Yeah.
She's, what is it?
The working girl of ghosts.
Vintage style, not values, right?
She's a mid-century modern girl with a 21st century attitude.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's me.
There we go. This is our elevator pitch for our specials. We gotta do a Chloe's. We gotta get you a special this year. Because we did a Hannah's holiday special, and I think I think we're gonna do another Hannah's holiday special, but we need to expand the franchise. We need to get a Chloe's holiday special.
I'm ready.
Yeah. Do you want it to be like Christmas, or do you want a different holiday? I mean, you can't say Halloween because we don't have enough time.
Halloween. Yeah.
Also, not to cut you off, I'm so sorry, but we couldn't even do something like that here. That's kind of my little ding for Walt Disney World. Is like I don't feel like you're completely as immersed in the Halloween. Like I have a friend coming to town on Wednesday, and he was like, "We'll drink around the world at EPCOT on Friday because I've never done it before." And he's like, "And we can see all the Halloween stuff." And I was like,
"There's no Halloween at EPCOT."
Yeah. I was like, "Those are hisses of excitement."
There should be. Like I don't know. Maybe I don't know.
Chloe, do you know where the phrase "trick or treat" like officially like canonized and became popular?
Where?
Canada.
Really?
Yeah, it was in a trivia question, and it was like Ireland, Canada, something. I think it was Canada was the answer. I learned a lot of random holiday facts, and you could see I really held on to them.
Yeah.
Halloween facts, but there was like fun things where I was like, okay.
I mean, so on my recent,
why isn't the Canadian pavilion decorated?
I know. Also, on my recent cruise, we went to Cozumel, and of course, like Day of the Dead is very popular in Mexico, obviously. But I found a really cute jack-o'-lantern bucket in like the marketplace area.
Really?
That says "Mi Coquita" on the back, which I'm assuming translates to "my candy." But like so many of these marketplace vendors had just pumpkins and pumpkins of jack-o'-lanterns and tons of like Halloween masks that were.
Oh, wait, so you got a bucket though? Because I was just going to say, what else did you get?
But I took photos of masks, so you can definitely check them out.
Those, yeah.
But yeah, it just like, it made me think of like, why can't we have something like this, even in the Mexico pavilion at EPCOT?
Right, exactly. There should be like I guess they have a little bit on the display, but it's only because of like Coco and stuff like that. But
yeah.
I don't know. I feel like also you were describing that, and I was like, you know what I would love to do? I think I'm starting to realize where I'm like, I talk about, when I move on, when I do move on, like to the ethereal plane. I think I want to do something in the business of Halloween. Like I thought about like tourism boards. Because all the different states have them, and then I was like, what's the Sleepy Hollow tourism board like? What's like
Ooh.
Salem, Massachusetts? Because I was like, how do I get home?
How do we get on that?
And
Yeah.
but now you've just sparked kind of an idea I have here. And listen, we'll call for investors during this live stream. We should be doing, so we have like East End Market. Sometimes they'll do like I don't know the word. It's not what's the vegetable parking lot thing? People put vegetables in the parking lot and they sell them on a Sunday.
Like a farmer's market?
They do like a farmer's market.
Vegetables in the parking lot.
We need to do like a craft version of that, but we need to have a Halloween craft fair. Because now you're saying the thing about the mask, and I was like, ooh, wouldn't that be really cool? We should try and get like all the, just like I love a good classic mask
like
with
Ben
just the
Cooper.
elastic on the back. Yeah. And like, I have a friend who lives in Texas, another friend who lives in Texas, not CJ. I have more friends. But they got they found a skeleton mask that they made into a sugar skull mask for their I can't remember the celebration. It wasn't a Dia de los Muertos celebration, but it was a Mexican oriented celebration. I mean, they are Mexican, so it was like, I can't remember, but I was like, what a really cool idea. And what a fun, that could have been a fun, little craft night we could have done here next year. Mark it for next year. I spent way too much time making nonstop these bracelets, the friendship bracelets.
I just thought of another random thing.
Go, hit me.
I love your friendship bracelet thing
Business
too.
idea.
Well, not forget about the ones that you owe me too.
Yeah.
But no, at EPCOT. So this is a random tangent. I'll go off before we get into today's news, of course. But on one of my recent weird and wacky photo journeys that I write about on www.info.com, one of my recent ones was during the Bicentennial Parade. They had a Salem witch trial float. Have you seen it? Yes.
Wait, in the 1970s?
Yes.
I feel like I should know my state so much better than this.
Yeah. I don't think they'd ever do it again. I think it was a weird choice to begin with in the first place for a Disney parade. But they
it was a Disney parade.
Yes.
I'm sorry. In my brain, I was thinking like a national parade. Yeah.
No. Disney parade. So this was going down Main Street, USA. But they could recreate it and put it in the American Adventure Pavilion.
Yeah.
Why not? No, here's the photo. I can send it to you if you want.
You can airdrop it to me.
Okay.
Yeah, airdrop it and I'll throw it in the video here real quick. I did go to Milwaukee this past weekend because it was my best friend's her neighborhood. They do, in certain areas of the city and stuff like that, they do trick-or-treating on the last Saturday of the month. And it's insane. It's like body to body, like all these corners. The people do these incredible houses. There was a Scooby-Doo haunted house I have a video to show of you.
What?
This guy, and I met the guy. He, they start planning, so they already know the house they're going to do for next year. And but it was so there was a giant mystery machine with a life-size Shaggy and Scooby in it. And then there was a giant ship coming through the lawn with the ghost on there. And then Velma or Daphne was up there with Fred. And then Velma's on the lawn investigating. But there was animatronics, a ghost was doing this pop-out thing. And then there were screens involved. There was a library. It was crazy. This is and all the neighborhoods, all the houses in this neighborhood do these crazy setups. It's so cool. I just love Halloween so much for that reason.
Yeah.
Okay, this is the scariest thing I've ever seen in my entire life, this parade float that you just sent me. For those of you listening, it looks like there is what appears to be a pilgrim in the stockade. Is that what this is called? That called where they put you in the...
Yes.
And then
there's a witch going over a burning cauldron,
yeah.
They're going to drown her.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. The 70s. What a time to be alive. All right. Well, we'll move on to our Disney. We don't have a lot of fun Disney news today, so I thought we'd fill this with some of this. But before we move on any further, I want to remind everybody that this and everything that we do here is brought to you by Dreams Unlimited Travel. They are experts at helping you plan the perfect Disney vacation. When you book with them, it costs you nothing extra on your trip. You help support the channel and all of the content that we produce here. So that includes the YouTube channel, the audio podcasts, the social media stuff, the website, all of that. So that is dreamsunlimitedtravel.com for a free, no obligation quote today. It's also brought to you by our Patreon supporters. We could not do this without you. And we are going to be doing a live Patreon post show that's going to happen pretty quick following this broadcast. So I want to aim for around 2:30 today. So if you are interested in watching that live, that is part of our $5 and up tier, or for the $5 and up tier. And if you're interested in just joining at the one time, you can just do $5 this month, but it'll give you access to all of our past shows. And we have tons of them at this point. It goes back years and years. And a lot of other fun content on there as well. So check that out, dreamsunlimitedtravel.com. And for those of our supporters who are asking, did I update the card for the end of the show to include our current backers? Well, the answer is no. I have not done that yet. I am sorry. I ran out of time this week. But I will make that a absolute priority, so that from the month of November forward, the names will be there. I mean, the names are correct. We just have new people that I want to make sure get added into that, and we appreciate them very much. Specific shout out to Albin, who keeps asking me about that, and I appreciate your help in allowing me to remember that, because sometimes it's not intentional. It's just, it slips my mind. I hold too much in a basket, and the basket is not sturdy. Okay. So before we really dive into the news here, I do want to ask Chloe a little bit. She was just on two different Disney vacation areas, and we haven't gotten to check in with you, and I'm just like personally curious. So everybody shut up and listen to Chloe. How was, I'm asking you in the order you did them.
Yes.
How was Disneyland? Was it incredible because you were there and it was Halloween, and I'm so jealous?
Yes, yeah. So I took 2 different Halloween Disney vacations back to back. Some of them I'm obviously like providing content and things that I recommend for people now that I'm back from them, but they were like my personal time. Disneyland was fantastic. We did 3 days there, and our tickets had multi-pass lightning lane built into them, so we were constantly like
Lilo Dallas multi-pass.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, it's
Fifth Element.
So we were constantly like booking them back to back, and we did Haunted Mansion Holiday quite a bit.
Monsters After Dark.
We did Monsters After Dark. We sadly didn't make it on Radiator Springs Racers because it was either down or had a 2-hour standby, and we did not want to pay the $22 individual lightning lane, but that's okay. It gives us an excuse to go back next time. But we saw, oh my goodness, I think one of the highlights though for me was the Halloween fireworks from Batu. They kept the projections from Season of the Force.
Oh my God. Okay.
And they are themed to the villains of Star Wars. So it was, it started with Darth Maul.
Yeah.
Or Darth Vader. And then it went to Darth Maul and then Kylo Ren. And it fit, of course it does, because they sync it up to every fireworks show. It fit the Halloween fireworks show so perfectly, and it gave me chills. It was so good.
I still haven't been able to see that projection show because they like didn't on the night. When I went for the Pride event, I think CJ had done like a 1-day 1-park ticket, so we were like in California Adventure, but they weren't doing it they weren't doing the projection, I don't think. But so I'm still like, I really want to see that because I've seen like a video and it looks really cool. But even just the regular fireworks without projections are cool back there, so I can't even imagine with the projection.
They like added like these silhouettes of the characters, and then they kind of like I don't know, just kind of like contoured and exaggerated the mountain range in front of you really well. But just the scores of like Duel of the Fates and Vader's theme, and then the First Order theme, like everything just fit those, like, you know, for Halloween they're using like quicker shots and they're using like sparkling reds and oranges and greens and purple, so it just, I don't know, it just fits so well, and I loved it to pieces. What else did we do? Indiana Jones Adventure, quite a bit, obviously. The best attraction there.
Love it.
We tried a lot of food. I wrote about it already.
The seasonal snacks?
Yes, the seasonal snacks. My favorite was the stuffed warm breads. There's a pumpkin spice warm bread, or there's a jalapeno cream cheese bread. But they're sold like all over in these like warm containers. I don't know. I had a great time.
Yeah, I love Cars Land, all decorated for Halloween.
Yes, honkin' Halloween.
Yeah.
We did Mater's a couple times, and then Luigi's with the Halloween like score was really cute.
So there is still time. So if you're listening to this now, those treats are still going. So if you want to check out Chloe's article, WDWinfo.com, I'm going to give you this for telling me that. It says witch, please.
Oh, wow. Thank you.
One for the costume for today. Although if I had known it was going to be a black and gold witch.
Oh, that's okay.
I don't know what I would have done.
I love it.
I was looking for the basic witch, but I couldn't find it.
Yeah. Oh, I love it. Basic witch. I am not a basic witch.
I know. That's why I thought witch please was better for you. But,
I love it.
In the cruise, you went on a cruise on the Treasure. You don't have to give me the complete lowdown, but it was a Halloween. It's the first Halloween cruise they've done on the first year for the Treasure.
Yes, correct. It was great. I do wish Halloween was more than one day, especially on a 7-night sailing. But it was fantastic. I can't wait to go back. We're already looking at either Treasure or Destiny for Halloween or Christmas next year. But yeah, we had a great time. It was the Western Caribbean just before Jamaica gets hit this week. I hope we'll be okay.
God, yeah, I know.
But we did the luchador experience in Mexico that I will be writing about. That was a pleasant surprise. It was like the Mexican wrestling.
Did you wrestle?
No, we watched it though. But they're really funny and interactive. They're basically stuntmen, but it was really fun. And then tried a lot of new food because the one sailing that we did on the Treasure was a shorter sailing.
It's like 2 nights or something.
Yeah. So tried a lot of the new menus and got to know the new sage and coriander that's on board. They're really fantastic. Yeah, it was great. And I honestly I fell in love with the Bee and the Beast show. Yeah, I'm sage, literally. Sorry, my hat keeps falling off.
It's no practical magic.
I'm just gonna pull it down over my forehead.
That's all right. Yeah.
Looks more witch-like, right?
Yeah, it's very mood lighting.
But the Bee and the Beast live production, I love Moana still, but our performers weren't as good as the first time I had seen it. Unfortunately, the main performers, which I don't know if we got understudies. I don't want to poo-poo on it too much, but the Bee and the Beast show though was amazing. I didn't realize that they incorporate puppeteering so much in the show, and I kind of wish that was a thing in Moana because Pua and Hey Hey are missing in that show. But they have Cogsworth, Lumiere, the Feather Duster, Mrs. Potts, and Chip in a genius way. And then even the character designs themselves, they did update it with the live action, but they also combine it to be a little more cutesy like the animated version.
Yeah.
So I heard a lot of people on the cruise they were skipping that show. And I don't know why, because I actually liked it a little bit more than Moana this time. So,
that's good to know because it's a show I would have skipped because I'm just exhausted by the live. I don't remember what I saw Beauty and the Beast performance on. It might have been The Dream.
I think it's also in The Dream. Yeah. Or The Fantasy.
And I remember, but I also take Dramamine, so it's like put me in a dark room and sway me a little bit, and I'm like a little baby listening to a vacuum.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool. I'm glad you had a good time. Did you go back to the Mulan bar that's there?
We didn't. No, I wanted to. We spent a lot of time in Scat Cat though. There was a piano player there that was nice, and we had one of the teas, so it was nice.
She got up and did a little bit of a number. Okay, well, let's talk about some Disney news then. Thank you for sharing that with us, Chloe. I appreciate it. And again, I'm really glad that you had a good time out there.
Thanks.
And I will be insanely jealous till the end of time. So we have Mickey and Minnie and Mouse. Heard of them? They've debuted some new travel-inspired costumes at the DVC Lounge in EPCOT. Now, I do want to talk about this because I'm going to read this and then we'll talk about it, I guess. Mickey Mouse and Minnie Mouse have unveiled brand new travel-inspired costumes for a special character experience inside the Disney Vacation Club Imaginatrium, a member lounge located at EPCOT. The exclusive meet and greet is available only to eligible Disney Vacation Club members who are enrolled in the membership Magic Beyond option. The stylish new looks complement EPCOT's spirit of discovery and adventure. Mickey is dressed in a blue suit featuring a patterned vest and matching tie, while Minnie's outfit includes a blue travel dress accented with white grid lines and a large coordinating bow. Anyway, if you're wondering, the lounge is, I'm not even going to, clearly when I was writing this on the airplane, I was like delusional or something, or writing this. Everybody wants to know how to do this. I copy and paste the articles and then rewrite it into my own words, usually. And then sometimes, a lot of times, I end up going through and adding anecdotes and research and whatever and things like that. But I'm glad you're here. I want to know your thoughts on this, the Mick and Min new outfits. I don't like them.
Yeah, they're all right. I wish they kind of, honestly, I'm not a DVC member, but if they brought back the original EPCOT opening Mickey Minnie costumes.
Are those the ones where they're
I
in
would be signing up for a contract.
The spaceship outfits?
Yes, the rainbow, silver.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, they're all right. It's weird. Like, I don't know what's going on in the direction of costumes especially with Minnie, but I feel like it's kind of like grandparent core. Like,
yeah,
I don't know. I feel like Mickey and Minnie are aging themselves with these new looks.
So that's the weird. I think that's the weird thing, and I'm not trying to be an ageist or anything like that. But over the last, like, I don't know.
No, there's nothing wrong with that. I don't know. Mickey and Minnie are usually like youthful and playful.
It is definitely giving me a much older version of that, which is weird because they are lately, like, I feel like Mickey's outfit of late is usually like the red pants with like the hoodie. And the his shoes or whatever, kind of how he appears at I know at least at Disneyland in the what's the kids show that's over there? Oh my gosh,
where?
At Disneyland at DCA, you go and you sit on the floor.
I saw the Halloween one actually.
Yeah. I didn't know there was a Halloween.
Yeah, I
one,
had to talk about that eventually,
yeah, okay.
but I forget. But it's like the Playhouse Disney equivalent.
Yeah. But that's, I feel like, been his sort of like media outfit for a little while. I don't know. These look a little aged up. It's just not my like style, I guess. It's fine. I appreciate though the offering that there is something fun and exclusive for members to do over there. So whatever it is for that. Like I said, I'm going to tell you too, just like Chloe, I am not a DVC member either. So I don't make
it's a cool perk though for
money.
DVC member. Yeah, it's a cool perk for them though, because I mean that lounge is easily the best that DVC has to offer.
Oh, it's crazy to me that it actually is a DVC lounge because it is like prime real estate. I feel like it could have easily been
a lounge
where like Geo82 actually ended up. Yeah, because it's not just that it's like where it is, but it's like that geodesic design is inside of it, like, and it's got these big windows and it's nice space. I don't know.
And isn't it closed before sundown, so you can't even watch fireworks from there, right?
Oh, I don't know.
I thought that was a thing because I feel like fireworks used to be cool from there too.
Yeah, I don't know. It's cool. You know what lounge I did get to see was the new one at Magic Kingdom.
Oh,
and that is actually like surprisingly nice, like a nice little tucked away like in the Frontierland area, like it used to be part of the arcade, gallery over there.
What's it called? The something house?
Yeah, because I think there's like a digital fireplace or something in there and everything. But it fits in like thematically. It feels like I went into one of the buildings, so it's really cool. I like that. Cool. It's nice. DVC members getting little snacks over there. There were signs that were like one per guest. I saw after I had 3 snacks. Whoops. That's why you can't have me be the guest of anything over there. Well, continuing on here, Walt Disney World's Lightning Lane has hit an all-time high in the pricing. Just weeks after a resort-wide price hike across tickets, food, parking, and tours, Walt Disney World is rolling out record-high Lightning Lane prices at all 4 parks. Both the single pass and multi-pass options are seeing their highest rates since the system launched in July 2024. The new maximums appear October 29th and November 1st, 2025, coinciding with the busy Halloween and early holiday season. So as of recording this, that would be tomorrow. And, a couple weeks away on our religious holidays, Halloween. It's not religious, but, it is our favorite holiday of the year. But we're going to take a look here at the updated peak Lightning Lane prices. We're starting with the Lightning Lane Lightning Lane multi-pass per park. So at Magic Kingdom, $45 is going to be the new high. That's up from $39. And when it launched, it was at $29. So that's like $16 more in just over a year, which is kind of crazy. At EPCOT, it's $37. It's up from $32. It launched at $21. Hollywood Studios is $39, up from $35, and that launched at $26. And then over at Animal Kingdom, we've got $35, up from $29, where it launched at $18.
It's almost 100%.
Yeah, I'm like, it's crazy. I don't know. It's one of those things where you're like, I guess I get it. But at the same time, you're like, God, for the love of God, pump the brakes for a hot second. The Lightning Lane, we'll talk about the Lightning Lane, the single pass per attraction, because I think this one's interesting too, is because there aren't like a ton of rides that use this right now at Walt Disney World, but at Avatar Flight of Passage, it's now $19, which is up from the $18. It launched at $14. Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind is $22. That is not even the most expensive one, but that is up from $19, launched at $15. Seven Dwarfs Mine Train is now $15, up from the $14, launched at $11. Tron Light Cycle Run, still not the most expensive, $23, up from $22, launched at $20. Star Wars Rise of the Resistance is still the most expensive at $25, and that's unchanged since launch, which is kind of crazy to me that that is still the most expensive, but it does have like really high demand still. I mean, it's an incredible attraction. I still maintain that I think it is my favorite current attraction at Walt Disney World.
No, absolutely.
I mean, I love it.
It's an incredible feat.
Have you read it? Have you read it recently?
Have I read it recently? I think the last time I did was back in May. It was around Star Wars Day.
Do you remember if the cannons were working when you did it?
In World, no.
Okay, because I did do it when I was at Disneyland in June, and their cannons were working.
Yes,
and I was just
Disneyland.
Like,
They fixed it for the They were recording a bunch of on-ride attraction footage for the 70th on Disney Plus, and so they fixed it specifically for that.
Well, it really does add quite a bit to the attraction.
I wish they would fix ours here for sure.
Yeah. So Disney introduced the Lightning Lane system in July 2024 with a much lower starting prices, but in just over a year, multi-pass rates have climbed as much as 55%, and most single pass attractions are up $1 to $4. But interestingly, the Lightning Lane Premier Pass, which includes every Lightning Lane attraction in a single park for one day, this is a really expensive one, isn't hitting peak pricing this week. So are they raising these prices to make the pass look more enticing? Do you think that's what they're doing? So it's like adding, like it makes that pass seem less insanely priced? Because that pass is like, I can't even remember the pricing on that pass, but it's like $300, I think. Maybe more? Am I crazy?
No.
I met somebody using it recently. Just a stranger. It wasn't like I didn't know them and they didn't listen to the podcast or whatever. It was at, of all places, Baseline Tap House. But they were telling me about their experience. It was their like daughter's first trip. She was like 15, and Mom's like, I just splurged into this just because I want to make sure she gets to do everything. And I was like, well, how's the experience going with that? And they were like, it's great, actually. She got to do these rides and I'm like, okay. I mean, she was yeah, it's insanely priced, and I wouldn't do it every time, but
no, Magic Kingdom is as high as $449.
Jeez.
Yeah, that's insane.
That's too much.
I don't think that this was
just get a VIP tour at that point.
Yeah. We talked about that before.
Yeah, it's wild because if you're more than one person at that point, it's like that's the price. I mean, I guess a VIP tour is like $400 an hour or something now, but it starts
for a family
to be
of four. That's like a 3-night Disney cruise.
I know, girl. I don't know.
That's insane. With your tickets and everything.
They're not slowing down with those price hikes, though. It's crazy.
Yeah. To see it across the board, it hurts, especially with like the financial situation in our country right now. But
yep.
I digress.
Well, as the resort heads into the packed holiday season, expect those demand-based pricings to keep fluctuating, especially during the busy weekends and special events like we have coming up. Just next weekend, we have Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party on the 7th and Disney Jollywood Nights on the 8th. For those, yeah, I'm excited. Mm-hmm. For those planning a visit, check pricing in advance and plan Lightning Lane purchase strategically to make the most of the day and your budget. Ask yourself, what time of the day are you going? When are you, if you're going to stay late in the park, sometimes it's easier to get on those rides a little bit more, whatever saves you that $1.
Yep.
It's a lot.
It
okay, we got to talk about this rumor that was flying around this week, and I'm sure you saw this one. I know you were out at sea, but did you see this?
Which one?
About the Disney villains. They're saying the Disney villains were going away in the parks on the regular to become special event characters. So they wouldn't, like at Disneyland specifically, the Evil Queen is out there and she meets guests on the daily.
So I had heard that, Disneyland potentially changed them from being daily to seasonal.
Yeah. To just around Halloween was the thing. Well, I think the whole thing was started. There was by an Evil Queen herself. There was like a meet and greet video or something like that of the Queen, and she was saying, "Oh, you like me?" And she said, "You need to tell Disney how much you like the experience and how much you want her to stick around." And she was kind of like, "Go now and tell them," and she was pretty insistent. So,
oh wow,
I that's where I was like, I think it kind of. I hope she doesn't get in trouble for that, but because it's kind of that Queen that I feel like has become a sensation online. She's she's great. But after a flurry of speculation and whatever, it was like 48 hours it went on for. Disney did say, denied that they have any plans to remove the villains from the park, which is good. But the way they worded their statement, I'm a little judgy about it because it's like they basically said the Disney villains will not be leaving the Disney parks, but that doesn't mean they're going to be there daily. It just means they're not like they wouldn't technically be leaving the Disney parks if they were appearing at special events or seasonally. So I don't know if that actually reassured me or not. But
the sky is blue.
Yeah, exactly. It's like well, are we going to get I don't know where I'm going with this. I can't find an example on the thing. I took the Celsius before we started, and now my brain's starting to feel like electricity. I don't know. I especially at Disneyland, I don't mean to knock it at Walt Disney World. I just don't see the villains on the regular as much as I used to at Walt Disney World. When I like maybe like 10 or 15 years ago, you used to like on the regular constantly see like Lady Tremaine and the stepsisters wandering around like Fantasyland, and they'd just go up and talk to you, or they did have a special like they had a meet and greet, and I think it's like kind of where Merida does hers now as you're going into like Tomorrowland over that bridge next to the castle. But those are some of the I find like the villains have the best interaction because they can be a little bit like tongue in cheek, a little bit
like
sassy.
Lady Tremaine and the stepsisters.
Oh,
they're
yeah.
often out at Magic Kingdom, especially like early in the morning from what I remember. I haven't done that in a hot minute, but yeah, that'd be sad. I mean, I can see them reserving them at Walt Disney World until Villains Land opens, I guess.
Yeah.
But
well, and that's my fear because I'm like, is that what it's going to be? They're trying to make it scarce so it sounds a little
more special.
I don't know, a little more special. I do just want to take a minute. I do see in the chat that people are saying there is an audio issue, but I don't see that registering on our end. So if you are watching this live on YouTube and you want to try and hit that refresh button, I don't really have an answer for you, but I'm monitoring. Like the reason why I don't look at the camera is I'm not just staring at Chloe the entire time. I'm staring at the computer and monitoring that audio, and I don't see it dropping in and out. So I cannot do anything about that for a live performance, and this is yet another reason why I don't actually think this show should be live anymore. I think we should do being pre-recorded and do it as a debut or as a premiere, and then that way we could all be in the chat chatting with you live. I mean, I appreciate doing the lives at sometimes, but we'll just see moving forward. But I do appreciate everybody always kind of weighing in and letting us know as we go because it is very helpful. I don't mean to say that in a sassy way. You guys are all definitely. I don't know why I'm sounding like Lenny from my God, what is Lenny and the Rabbits? And he kills the rabbits and then he.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm sorry.
The American classic John Steinbeck novel. Lenny, Carl. Oh my God! Google it, John Steinbeck, and then write Lenny, and it'll come up. I cannot. The title is escaping me, and the chat's going to beat us to it. I think.
Mm-hmm. Of Mice and
Men. I think he kills the mice, but I mean he does more than that. But which way did he go? It also feels like in Looney Tunes, the one character is like, which way did he go? Which way did he go? Anyway, I'm having a meltdown. All right, there's some hot news coming in from Tomorrowland while we're talking about the Magic Kingdom and villains and everything like that. Is the real villain a snack cart? No, I don't know why I said that.
I mean,
Disney has announced
we'll see.
A new snack kiosk is going to be opening soon at Magic Kingdom's Tomorrowland called Astro Fizz, right? Since Cool Ship, the Coca-Cola sponsored snack cart of Tomorrowland, was recently torn down, it seems like Astro Fizz is the new replacement, though Disney has not made an official announcement of the exact location or an opening date. However, Disney Eats just shared a first look at some of the mysterious snacks that we're going to find here. Oh no, I thought I downloaded the pictures and I didn't put them over here on my computer. Whoops. I had pictures of it. It's not really anything overly exciting, but we know a little bit of the menu. It's basically going to be some frozen slushies. So we have a Fanta Orange, a Fanta Blue Raspberry, or a Coca-Cola slushie. And then we have this Cherry Cola Churro. It is a churro rolled in cherry sugar, drizzled with Coca-Cola cherry icing, and topped with cherry popping candies, which feels a little similar to those bouncing mini churros that they serve at the ice-cold hydraulic stand at Disney's Hollywood Studios and churros combined, Sturos. They use a Coca-Cola syrup on those too. I don't
okay.
Like it. The cherry one sounds better, but and then they also have this very exotic offering over here as well. It's called popcorn. I love
how they included a photo of it.
I know. I was just gonna say the photo. I need to share the photo.
Bowl.
Yeah.
I know when I first saw this, I like stared at the popcorn. I was like, "There's nothing special about it, right? Like that's just popcorn."
Yeah, but the picture's like it's like plated. It's like on a fancy plate, and I was like, who puts popcorn on a plate for a presentation? So hold on, I got the picture. I just have to share it with this other computer. This is the part where you're like, yeah, we're using two computers to do this. Hold on. I think it is the most beautiful picture of popcorn that I have ever seen in my entire life. View, sort by date last added. This is great for the audio people. I'm so happy for you. It still didn't come up. God, I hate technology. Sometimes I'm in that world right now where I'm just like, I want machines and the things we have to work as promised, and I'd care more about that than advancing some baloney AI or crap like that. I was like, can we work on like perfecting other things? Can we stop making the iPhone look worse every time it updates?
Boom. I mean, my update has been so glitchy.
Look at that handsome popcorn. If I walk,
oh my gosh.
if you and I, let's say you came over and we were watching a movie, and I'm like, oh, do you want me to make you some popcorn? And I came up to you, I leave the room, and I come back to you, and I served you popcorn. I would
think you're insane
on a plate. You'd be like,
because that's gonna go everywhere the moment my hand hits the popcorn.
Yeah. Do you smell burnt toast? That's the like. I wanted to be in the meeting where somebody was like, well, how should we take the photo of the popcorn? And they're like, well, maybe a plate so they can see the whole thing. Like should we not put it in the cute little cardboard box that we typically have for guests? And I don't mean to mock anybody. I think it's just really it's just funny. I don't know. It's just funny to me that it would be like, okay, I'm trying to think of another thing where you'd be like, I'm plating this weird. Also, now is the expectation that they're going to serve it on plates. Like, I know, right? I've never seen. I'm gonna go up to that stand. You sold me that I was going to get this on a plate. Yeah. Where's my plate? Where's my popcorn? I want to see the expectation versus reality post on that later. Get on that, Diz social media. Okay. We have two more things here before we go. Not before we go. I mean, we're only 37 minutes into this hour-long podcast, but Chloe, there was a great offer, that either came out or returned this morning that I saw that you wrote about, this Disney Cruise Line offer. Yes. I would love for you to talk about it, but first I need to make sure people know where we're headed. Oh, I hit the wrong horn. That's our Disney Cruise Line horn on this show. What did I call it on here? Oh, DCL horn. You know what's so crazy? The other one says DJ horn. You know what's so crazy? Oh, DJ horn. You know what's so crazy is I went on a 7-night cruise, and not once did I hear any of the Disney horns. What? I just didn't spend that much time on the top deck. I know. I gotta go back. How many times did you hear this? Hello, everybody. This is your cruise director. Oh, a couple of times. Yeah. I do like the chime, so that's fine. So this is a promotion that Disney Cruise Line offers now annually, and it has returned. This is actually the first time. I'm getting ahead of myself. So they are offering 50% off your initial deposit. So they're making it easier for those to plan your next magical voyage at sea, as they've officially relaunched their half-off initial deposit promotion, giving everyone a chance to secure their dream vacation for half the usual upfront cost. This limited time offer applies to new bookings made between October 28th, 2024, that's today, through January 18th, 2026, for select sailings departing between March 2026 and May 2027. Best of all, it even includes itineraries aboard Disney's newest ships, the Disney Treasure and the upcoming Disney Destiny. Here's how it works. When you book an eligible Disney cruise during the promotional window, you'll only need to pay 50% of the required deposit on the day you reserve your itinerary, and the remaining balance will be due with your final payment according to Disney Cruise Line's standard payment schedule. And something else that's interesting is this is the first time Disney's offered this promotion with their newly decreased upfront deposit. It used to be 20% of your cruise fare. Now it's 10%. So with that half off up front, you only are paying 5% of your typical cruise fare. So it's a pretty good deal. I was looking ahead at a sailing on the Destiny. It is a
4 nights, August 31st, leaving Fort Lauderdale. And let me see here. I was looking at an ocean or a veranda, excuse me. It came to $32.84 total for the fare, but the deposit due today was only $150. So it just gives you a little bit more flexibility in putting less up front, and then you can pay the rest over time, of course. So, yeah.
I mean, that sounds incredibly appealing. Yeah, I mean, you are eventually going to pay that money one way or another, but like it seems much less intimidating, like to start that process. You know what I mean? Like it's sort of, I don't know. I mean, it not only mentally are you like, wow, what a deal, I'm saving. The idea being that you could start booking like, you know, placeholders or whatever. And then if you change your mind, you can cancel before a certain amount of time to get your money back. So it is fully refundable. It's just like, it's sort of like, okay, you've got to start saving for it. You know, I know you said already that you were thinking about doing a, you know, the Christmas or Halloween next year on the ships. And it's like, okay, this would be a great thing for you to take advantage of, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I just am one of those people too, especially in a day and age where vacations are starting to seem more and more luxurious. I mean, a Disney vacation is a luxury, but it does make it feel within your grasp a little bit more. It's asking a little bit less from the daily.
Yeah.
So, you know, so you're not like, oh, well, this really struggled this month, you know, so I can't like, you know,
yeah,
it's good.
It's less to put up front now, and then you just divvy up the rest over monthly payments.
Yeah.
So it definitely makes it easier.
Yeah. And I believe you can do that in Disney gift cards.
Yes, you sure can.
So it's like you
So
can do
get
that.
5% off from Target
Yeah.
or Costco.
And sometimes there'll be specials on those around this time of year because we're getting into that holiday discount shopping season, and I can't wait to see what's going to start happening this year when we're in the financial situation that Chloe already mentioned, you know, earlier, is that like I think there might be some deals to be had this year because everybody is struggling so much, you know, that it's sort of one of those where I'm like, okay, it's time to resource hoard again, I guess, which isn't good, and you shouldn't really be doing that, blah, 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 blah. Okay, well, while we're out here at sea, you know, is anyone out there? That's my Titanic for you. We have one more story that came out this morning, and now we can have our lavender wedding at sea.
Oh, wow.
You like how I just proposed? Yeah, I was like, Chloe, should we go have our lavender? Oops, sorry, Hannah, I didn't mean to cut to you there. My name's Lewis. Hey, y'all.
Lewis.
Hey, y'all. I got a broken leg. I hope to God she watches this. Yeah, so anyway, I do think it's pretty cool. There's now apparently the Haunted Mansion Parlor on... Is it both ships, or is it just on the Destiny?
It's okay. So the Haunted Mansion Parlor aboard the Disney Destiny will be available as a bookable wedding venue beginning with the May 14th, 2026 sailing. So this is 5 months after the maiden voyage. According to Disney's Fairy Tale Weddings and Honeymoons, the parlor can host up to 25 guests. So there's no telling if they'll also, you know, make this available on the Treasure probably after May 2026. I think this is gorgeous. They promoted this with a couple of portraits of a bride and groom inside the parlor with a couple of different, of course, just being in there, you're surrounded by details and all the theming. So can't go wrong with the photos. So I'd love to see how this would work because it is also, it is very intimate venue. But
yeah.
It's cool. And no pricing, of course, was released either, but you have to be on the ship as it is.
Yeah. I mean, it's cool. It's very unique, I think, and I'm assuming it's cheaper than doing anything at the parks.
Yeah, I would assume so.
Yeah. So, you know, more on that if that's something you're interested in. I don't know if that's something that Dreams could book. They must be able to.
I mean, they can book your cruise, and then you plan the wedding with Disney Fairy Tale Weddings.
Well, I was just thinking, can Dreams help book the Fairy Tale Wedding or not? I don't know.
I'm not sure. That's
they can definitely get you started. And well, I know that Dreams can book. So there's these really cool things that we did. That, I think it was like right before you started, Chloe. John had done, had set up. There was like so every year we do this like Dreams fam. It's like agent familiarization, getting used to the products and things like that. But we did what would be like a corporate dinner that is bookable, that they'll set up in the ballroom at like the Contemporary. They'll do these like crazy themed dinner experiences. And we did one that was the Haunted Mansion. And it was really cool. The food was really good, but so it had like setup in there. There was like, like the I don't know what they call them, the ghost hosts, the people who work in the mansion were like there going around and talking to you, and it was really cool. We did one in California once that was villains themed, because I know that like Maleficent was there, and Kim had been in Disneyland. She had just left, and I was like, oh my God, there's more proof that I think you might actually be Maleficent, because she's never in the same room with her at the same time. But yeah, I know that Dreams can book that sort of a thing, so I don't know if they can go even further than this. But again, you could reach out and ask them, because it doesn't hurt to ask them. So, yeah.
I was just gonna say, I'd like to see like to learn more information about it. Like, are they going to move all of the lounge furniture out and put tables and chairs in? Is there going to be like a dance area? Like, are they going to clear the floor?
Wait, does the entire thing happen in there? I was thinking it was
venue. So like,
I guess
how are people going to sit in there? If like you're getting married in there, people aren't going to sit in a lounge setting. So are they moving the chairs around? Are they moving the chairs out? How does that work?
Well, are they even getting married in there, or is that just the reception?
It says venue.
Yeah, so
and it holds up to 25 guests.
Yeah, that is interesting. I don't know.
Because I could totally see the bar, but then there's the fish tank in the middle. I don't know. I'd like to see some more
I'd like to see more. It's curious. I mean, it's still really cool.
I'm very intrigued. I mean, this is the first ever Haunted Mansion anything you can be inside and like have an event inside like that. So yeah. The
Haunted Mansion parlor, from at least the Treasure, I can speak to, and I know you could too. I still am begging for this to be on land. It is crazy to me that we have the what is the Pirate Lounge at Magic Kingdom?
Cannon?
Yeah,
no.
Caskin.
That's the one on the Destiny. Oh my goodness.
Oh my God. It's something. It's like. It's something because I kept saying it wrong.
With a B, right?
Yeah, it's like barrel.
Beacon Barrel.
Beacon Barrel, because I kept saying Bleak and Barrel by accident. It's nice. I went to it, just like on a personal, like hanging out, one time, and it's cool. But I was like, it's weird that we have this and not a Haunted Mansion lounge here, where I was like, because the Haunted Mansion should be on land and the pirate thing should be at sea.
We need a full-on restaurant, honestly.
A full-on restaurant would be really good, like a dinner show.
Mm-hmm.
I'd love to see, maybe this is what we should talk about now, because we've got a couple extra minutes. What would you like to see in terms of entertainment offering expansions at Walt Disney World or Disneyland? And for me, I think the dinner theater is something that we are severely lacking on. I mean, we have Hoop-Dee-Doo Review, and it continues to be popular for, the last 54 years. I would love to see a new dinner show somewhere else. We talked about it. We talk about it a lot, where we would have loved like a Star Wars one, to have occupied, to have used the hotel for that, or somewhere, or at least at Hollywood Studios, you can still expand, I think, where Galaxy's Edge is. And I'd love to see a restaurant there. I'd love to see a restaurant at Disneyland specifically, because I feel like that's something that park could use as another sit. I like when they add dining there, but yeah.
Yeah. I've talked about it before, I believe, but I would really like to see a Coco show come to Mexico. I know that they've struggled with capacity for like the queue and such by transforming, the Three Caballeros boat ride into a Coco ride. But if they could somehow fit a theater or something in the Mexico Pavilion, I just feel like, of course, coming off the Treasure with Plaza de Coco dining room, and what they've done with entertainment with the live performers, with the mariachi and Miguel and his grandparents, I feel like there's so much more potential for what they could do with a full live production for that too.
Yeah, I would love to see something like that. That's a really cool idea, as opposed to like, I mean, I know we talk about it. We'd love to see the boat ride, and now that the boat ride is being developed
at
for
DCA,
California Adventure, that I feel like ultimately it should probably come to Walt Disney World as well. But I do think that would be a fun, like, we have a little bit more space there. Like, let's do something out there, and I just would love to see something with like the orange, using those orange like leaves a lot more, like aesthetically that pop of color, and it still lives within the the purpose of the EPCOT like World Showcase, right? Like we're supposed to be learning about the
Yeah.
different cultures and things like that. I'd also that and with that, I mean, I know it's fictional, but it is rooted in real cultures. Is that I still would love to see something Wakanda based come to EPCOT or Animal Kingdom even. You know, I know that there's the Africa pavilion over there, but also I feel like in Africa, in that area, I feel like there's some space over there that the outposts, you know, something that could be like a show oriented, like the Dora Milaje come out and maybe we like learn some stuff. I don't know. I mean, they're incorporating fictional characters in other parts of the park. Why not that part?
Exactly. Yeah.
I don't know.
Ratatouille, Frozen. I don't know.
Yeah, for real. Hey, you weren't here. How do you feel about Ratatouille turning 2D instead of 3D?
Oh, I missed that part. So that's what Paris was getting originally, right? And now Florida is also going to 2D?
It's I think it's like 3 days the first week of November it goes down and then it'll be 2D.
But they're adding other elements, like
It
scenic
says,
elements?
yeah, it says that more show elements are going to be added. And then I think it says like the projectors, I think, are getting upgraded so that they'll be more like laser focused. So it'll look better. And that's my thing is I was like, the type of 3D that it was already felt dated when it opened. And so I was like, it really kind of removes away from this like animation and this stuff. So I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
I don't really love the ride. So I don't, it's not my favorite.
I have the same sentiment. Yeah. So I guess we'll just see how it goes.
Yeah. I'm curious if it'll still make me nauseous or not. But I wonder if that's the element.
Not.
That type of ride shouldn't make me nauseous, you know?
Yeah. It is the difference in like switching from 3D to actual physical sets in front of you. I wonder if it will work better with 2D then.
Yeah. I'm really curious to see how that shakes out. So that's right around the corner to look to. You got something else on your mind about offerings? Something more? I think that I think for me it is the dinner show thing. It's like I'm shocked that there's really only one, right, at Walt Disney World. It's just Hoop-de-Doo. Off the top of my head, because we lost the luau when they built the tower.
What about golden? Do we have diamond or golden horseshoe at World?
I always get them mixed up. I think that we're
diamond.
I think we're diamond and they're golden. Yeah,
I've never been.
I don't think they do it anymore, do they? Because now it was closed it didn't offer food for forever, and now it offers food again. But I thought it was quick service. I
think that's Disneyland, right?
Yeah, I don't. You might be right, because I feel like that was a media holding area the last time when we went for like holidays last year or something.
It's Tiana's.
Tiana's, yeah, that was right. I don't know. I don't know. I really would like to see them still invest in like a fully immersively themed hotel again. I'm not saying it has to be like live action role playing. I don't think it needs to be. I don't think it needs to be like Star Wars, like you're following a story, but I'll preach it till the end of time. I still would love a Haunted Mansion hotel. Just aesthetically, the vibe and everything, Yeah, Tower Terror.
Like Hollywood Tower Hotel was asking for it to happen. That would be so much fun.
I feel like you could have, it doesn't, it could be the same company or the same adjacent, or like there's the Chateau Marmont in California, make it like that sort of a thing. I don't know. I just feel like, I don't know. The thing that separates Walt Disney World from Disneyland, I think, a lot of things, obviously Epcot and Animal Kingdom, but like the ability to really have these experiences outside of a theme park, because we have the land, we have the hotels, we have those things that California doesn't. So when people say, "Oh, well, Rhino loves Disneyland so much better," and I'm like, it's not that I love Disneyland. I do like Disneyland quite a bit, because frankly it boils down to weather and the offerings, and I don't have to get around as far, and it does skew, I feel like, a little slightly older. But the thing that makes Walt Disney World so special is that ability to be completely lost and immersed in the Disney environment. So I think like I'd love to see that taken advantage of a lot more within like the actual experience of like the hotels and
I agree.
Stuff like that. Yeah,
I agree, especially like going back to Citizens of Main Street, Citizens of Hollywood, the World Showcase players. I feel like we lost a large part of the entertainment that made a difference. We have a good like what's the word? We have a good list, for lack of a better term, of characters that are available now.
Yeah.
But I feel like we lost a big part of the entertainment that made Disney World Disney World. The luau even was another part of it. So yeah, I'd like to see some of that infused back in other ways. And I feel like with Cruise Line, we could see this evolution of lounges or restaurants or even hotels one day in the future, making it landside that is themed to attractions that we love.
Well, speaking of cruise line, you made a really good point earlier, is that you were on what was sold as a Halloween on the high seas, cruising, that 7-day cruise. But you like you said, Halloween's only one day part of it. I feel like we're at the point in like the generation that now is the people maybe spending the most money. I don't know this is just me guessing and assuming. We like, clearly I'm dressed in a skeleton onesie and you're wearing a witch outfit. Yeah. We like committing to these experiences.
We're frivolous around Halloween time.
Oh, God, girl. I spent like hundreds of dollars on Stranger Things items last week alone. So like, because I was like, well, I have to have 5 costumes just in case one doesn't work out. Oh, yeah. So I've got backup.
Relatable.
Yeah. So, and I was like, and the reality is I'll be like, well, I'm going to use these at some point. And that's true. It could be like a day in March, like you never know. But like, I want the challenge of being committed to something like that. Like, it doesn't, trick-or-treating could be like one day on the Disney Cruise Line, day at sea. But I'd like to see the costume contest could also be that day maybe.
It was way too much in one day.
Yeah, there should be other things.
We had to sacrifice doing certain things. And on top of that, getting ready in our costume. And we did like, I did my boyfriend's makeup for Beetlejuice. Yeah. And I was like a Dante's Inferno girl, which... That was fun, but I don't think I'll ever do prosthetics on myself on a cruise ship. That was a lot. But, yeah. On my airbrush, my tiny air compressor just like would not work about halfway through. It was like very, very weak. So I had to do a lot of layers of airbrushing, but it's fine. It was fun. But that said, it kind of cut into our time.
Yeah.
We had to choose to do certain things, which like Oogie Boogie was meeting on the ship.
Oh, cool.
Where else can you do that? So we knew we had to do that. Trick-or-treating. There were movies playing across the different theaters, Hocus Pocus and such. There was the adult-only costume contest in the Grand Hall. Then there's like Halloween crafts, Halloween trivia, Halloween music trivia. Too much going on in one day. And it's funny because that was one of the first questions in our survey on board was, would you like more than one day of Halloween on the sailing?
Oh, yeah.
Obviously, for a 7-night sailing, especially, like give it to me.
If it was at least 2 nights, I can understand maybe being like, well, one night we have the special because it leads up to it, right? Yeah. But we have at this point in Disney history, we also have, you've got the Ichabod Crane and the Legend of Sleepy Hollow. You have Hocus Pocus. Like we have these things that we can do different days too, like leading up to. I mean, they have Halloween Town for the Disney Channel movies and stuff like that.
That's what I couldn't believe is like all of the movies in the theaters, in the funnel vision, like the top deck huge screen, none of them were Halloween themed or adjacent until the day of the Halloween celebrations. And I'm like, you should have been showing Hocus Pocus on the top deck, Muppets Haunted Mansion, like so many things in there, even like silly symphonies like Skeleton Dance or the Haunted House or something. They could have done so many cool things with their library, but they just don't.
And I just feel like it doesn't. And you say, oh, well, somebody doesn't want to do that. If you've been on a Disney cruise, you know that even those days, whatever, the Marvel Day, the Star Wars Day, it doesn't really impact the average cruise goer because it's just like any other time you're in the park at a seasonal time. It's just there. You can choose to partake.
You can choose to not watch the movie.
Right, yeah. And it doesn't, you can still go to the spa and get the treatments. You can still go to the adults area. You can still do all that stuff. It's just like plus up the offerings. And I would love to, so that's the thing is like I want to see, like it should be like different Halloween stories every night at the tree. I think like that would be fun.
Not just the first night.
And then maybe there should be like adult offerings one night and then kid offerings the other night. So that way, like the families with the kids, maybe they can have the kids go to the kids clubs one night and then be able to have like their thing. And they should be doing the Hocus Pocus dance party. Like the dance until you die.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. I just feel like it's kind of my like problem with Walt Disney World again with the friend coming who's like I want to see the Halloween stuff and I was like really unless we're on Main Street USA at Magic Kingdom
with a paid party ticket in hand,
right? Then you can't and then also like if you're not somebody who planned it out super far ahead of time, you're kind of screwed because that party's sold out. Like and so even if we wanted to go do that, I can't do it now. And it's not he knew when he was coming. But we settled on the dates like a month or two ago, but it was too late at that point even. And so it's just like, it's hard to be casually invested in seasonal offerings at Walt Disney World the way you can be casually invested in offerings at Disneyland. And that's the thing I love about Disneyland, you know, just when people are like, oh, the back and forth. It's just like you said, you on your trip there. It wasn't like you had to invest in anything extra to be able to do. You could have done Oogie Boogie Bash if you'd wanted to, maybe. But like, you know, you got to do the Honkin' Halloween was all decorated. And
the Halloween tree in Frontierland.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that tree.
I
Yeah.
know.
The Ray Bradbury.
Little
Yeah.
pumpkins.
I also love like the very vintage like decorations when you go into California Adventure, like in the windows and how they did all of that stuff. And all the
Headless
pumpkins
Horseman
at Main Street.
statue.
Yeah. And doesn't Disneyland Park do fireworks just for the regular guests? Like Halloween
that's
fireworks.
how I watched them in Batu.
Yeah. Yeah. Literally. And so like, I just want a little, they could be doing Halloween on the High Seas fireworks. Like, and I know they're like, well, we have to do the pirate one, whatever. I don't know. Just like daydreaming about a future that could be.
Yeah. Halloween.
But, well, thank you, Chloe, I'm glad you're back. You know, not glad that your vacation's over because no one ever is. But thank you.
It was nice. It was a nice break. I'm glad to be back, though.
And we're going out on this Halloween week strong. I will do my best on Monday the 3rd to start the transition to Christmas. Like, I'm going to commit. I want to commit to the holidays this year.
I love Halloween. You know that.
Yeah.
Halloween is year-round in my house, but I'm very excited for the holiday season, too. I'm ready for the twinkling lights and hot cocoa and the cooler weather.
Yeah. The cooler weather for sure. This year in Orlando, this like coming week. So if you're coming here Thursday or Friday, the highs are like 73. The low is like 48 one day. And I'm like, yes! We finally going to have a cold Halloween.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going as Eddie from Stranger Things, and he wears leather jacket vest and the shirt underneath. And I was like, how am I going to do this? Like, and then when I saw that weather, I was like, heck yeah, I'm doing it. So I got a wig. I got a vest. I got the guitar.
Nice.
Yeah. Well, that was I was trying to get CJ to be Chrissy. And if he's not, I'm gonna bring our skeleton friend and dress him up like Chrissy because I think I don't know if he bought the cheerleader costume was like at Target, so I'm like, okay.
That's kind of funny if it's on the skeleton though. Chrissy, wake up on the skeleton.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So thank you everybody for joining us today for this episode. I know it wasn't overly exciting, but we were glad to have you here. Thank you to our live chat for tuning in. Thank you to everybody who listens back and watches later as well. And especially thank you to our Patreon supporters. We are going to be doing that live Patreon show in just a little bit after we have a little bit of a lunch break here. And so stay tuned to that. Again, you can join in on that if you are in the $5 and up tier. That is patreon.com/DizUnlimited. But we do appreciate all of your continued support. If you're watching this right now on YouTube, please hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel. If you click the bell, you get notified whenever we upload any sort of new content, because we will be having tons of fun things coming for the holiday season. And like we said, we'll be there day one at the at the Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party and the Jollywood Nights. And also because there's such a quick turnaround, I don't know when that's coming out, but we want to make sure that we have that and share all of that experience with you. So if you click that bell, you'll get notified. And of course, if you're subscribed to the podcast feed, you get notified whenever we upload any of those new audio podcasts. Leave some comments. Let us know some future conversation topics or specials. Maybe somehow we cater these specials in some way to everybody, you know, when we get in the park. And hopefully we'll be getting in the park a lot more soon because you know what? I'm tired of not being in there. I'm tired of this, Grandpa. So I'm going to that park. We're going to that park. We're going to have a lot of fun this coming season now that we can reemerge from our humidity cocoons that we wrapped ourselves up into a void. But if you want to reach out and send us future topics and things like that, podcast@dizunlimited.com. Send an email over there and we can check that out as well. But we do really, really appreciate all of you being here and being a part of this community. So thank you, everybody. We will see you soon with another episode. Happy Halloween.